Hello and welcome to Reporters here on France 24, the programme which showcases the best stories from our own correspondents around the world. This week we head to Mexico for a close-up look at the kidnapping industry. And it is an industry. More people are abducted in Mexico than any other country in the world. Some are victims of flash kidnappings, held for a few hours, robbed and released. Others are less lucky, caught up in the vicious turf war between rival drugs gangs. Victims are tortured, even beheaded, their bodies dumped in the street. Mexican President Felipe Calderón has staked his political future on beating the criminals, dispatching thousands more police into the hottest areas near the US border. But sometimes even the police may be working for the wrong side. So for now, it's still every man for himself, the personal protection business booming as locals lose faith in the system. France 24's Sarah Sisman and Guillaume Martin report now on the mayhem in Mexico.
Toluca, an hour's drive from Mexico City. A training session unlike any others. The head of a French company and his two bodyguards, guns at the ready. The executive wants to remain anonymous because he knows he's still a target. He has to learn to defend himself.
You have to be ready because the danger is real.
The reason this man is so worried? Only a few weeks ago he was the target of the Mexican mafia.
They attacked my wife with a weapon. So a bullet went through the car and through her hand.
He has lived in Mexico for the past 11 years and is afraid that he might be kidnapped. A constant worry for much of Mexico's population. Last year, close to 1,000 people were kidnapped. Those are official numbers. In reality, it was 3 to 4 times more. A dirty business in which even the police are involved. Isabelle Wallace is more than familiar with the problem. Her son was taken 3 years ago by a gang led by a police lieutenant. Since then, she has been trying to get to the bottom of things, always escorted by her bodyguards.
It's the yellow building over there.
She brought us to the place that changed her life forever.
It's open.
Isabelle hasn't come back here since her son's death.
It's apartment number 4.
It was in this apartment that her 33-year-old son Hugo was held hostage and brutally murdered. The door is still sealed off.
Time helps heal all wounds, but it is something that stays with you. Coming in here makes me suffer terribly.
Isabelle lives in the rich part of Mexico City. Her house is highly protected. The kidnappers wanted her fortune and ambushed her son.
They sent me this picture of my son with his eyes bound and hands tied. Thanks to Juana Hilda's testimony, we know that he was tortured and killed on the same day he was kidnapped.
Isabelle has taken the case on herself. Her home has become a detective's office. On the wall, a picture of her son's assassin, Cesar Freire, police lieutenant. She assembles every detail about her son's life, analyzing every bit of evidence.
He went to the movies with this girl. Here are his credit card receipts, proving that they went to dinner before. And a list of calls he made showing he had been in contact with Juana Hilda.
Juana Hilda, the young woman that was used as bait. Isabelle found her and her son's killers. She's consumed by her quest and even hung posters promising a reward everywhere in the city.
All those kidnappers, we got them arrested. There's just one still missing. And what do the police do? The police have never stopped anyone. They never did anything.
The police have been discredited. Over 80% of Mexicans don't trust them. Only 1 out of 4 kidnappings is ever reported. August 30th, 2008, 200,000 people marched through the streets of Mexico, dressed in white, protesting against organized crime and against police corruption. The reason? The kidnapping of 14-year-old Fernando Marti. Suspect number 1, the Gang de la Flor. Their leader, a comandante of the AFI, the Mexican FBI. The gang had set up a false police barrier to capture the child. They were arrested, but had to be let go. Not enough evidence against them. At the time, the boy's father, a rich Mexican contractor, paid the ransom, but his son was killed anyways. This woman took things into her own hands to fight against the failings of the system. She created an association for victims. Her main fight, corruption.
There
are problems of corruption in every country, but it's worse in Mexico. There's a lot of police corruption. The police are worn out because they were completely abandoned. They're badly paid. Their training is catastrophic, and their bosses mistreat them.
The police want to show that they have the problem under control. Captured kidnappers are paraded in front of the media. These images they gave us speak for themselves. The police are doing their job.
Why were you arrested?
For kidnapping.
Who did you kidnap?
A little girl.
The latest solution, the creation of a new anti-kidnapping unit. 300 policemen were picked for the force. It's hard to ask questions about security in Mexico. We have an appointment with the security minister, but apparently we were not the only ones invited. It is an organized press conference. We are assured that the government holds the key to fighting corruption.
Tests of confidence for police officers.
But some officers failed their test of confidence, but apparently they are still here.
No, that is not correct. Some people make up stories to make us look bad.
However, the government's version is contradicted by a former head of the criminal brigade.
Well, let me tell you, most of the time, it's enough for their boss to sign a piece of paper. So as a result, they're in. So more or less, they just managed to skip the test of confidence.